There we go. All right, so some of these slides were not prepared by me, but I will talk about them nonetheless as we worked on this together. So in general, around the middle of March, CRA was inundated, of course, with millions of EI claims. Also, their entire workforce went work from home, largely, right? And so that put a stop on SR&ED applications for a little while, and there was a lot of concern as of March, end of March, what was going on. But CRA really stepped up to the plate, and I really have to give kudos over there to Jason Chiron in Ottawa for recognizing that the department played an important role in getting Canada through this hard time. And so what they did was they started prioritizing claims and accepting claims as filed. And that's the type of thing that I'm going to be talking about today, what's actually going on. This slide I can't talk to. I'm not sure what that means. But what we do see is most SR&ED claims are being processed as filed right now. I'm going to be talking about that a little bit more in a second. But non-refundable claims may not be being processed right now. We've heard that CRA is processing or prioritizing refundable claims. And non-refundable claims, we don't know yet. Something I'd like to ask Jason there is if that's a permanent stop on non-refundable claims, or if it's going to be a few months before they get back to them. That I'm not sure of, and I'd like to ask Jason about that. I'll come back to these slides because I don't know anything about those things. I'll talk about this, and then we'll see if there's somebody else who can refer to those parts. Okay, so with regards to the program, the program's been around for 30 years, and so what we've seen is the program oscillating between incentive mode and compliance mode. We saw it with some of the statistics that Dave also gave, we've all seen kind of a difference in behavior between the auditors. It seems like every few years there may be some new trends as far as new compliance that they're looking for, or maybe they're moving back into incentive mode. We can see that with the FTCAS, which came out a few years ago, which was definitely part of, swinging back into the incentive mode, whereas before that, FTCAS didn't exist, and first-time claimants were being hammered and getting hit out of the program. So these are positive movements as well. This little slide I have there. But right now, I see a real change. It's not in between incentive or compliance, it's stimulus. And that's why most claims are being accepted as filed right now, because this is important for the economy. And of course, that's a good thing. But this is the real thing I wanted to talk about. This should not be considered an opportunity to take advantage of the government. I think really strongly about that. I'm not sure who all the audience is right now, but I think it's very important that the community doesn't take advantage of the program. Bogus claims should not be put in. I wanted to remind everybody here that CRA does have 12 months to go back and open up any claims that are clearly fraudulent, bogus, not in an eligible category. So that is something that I wanted to talk about. Actually, that was this slide. Sorry about that. So right now, CRA can't conduct in-person audits. So we don't know how long that's going to last. And I do not see CRA using video conferencing. Video conferences can easily be recorded, and we know the CRA does not like to be recorded. So I don't see video conferencing becoming a thing. Also, CRA has never really adopted these type of technologies while in the audit phase. Well, we know that they don't even use email, right? They're still using faxes. So what I think we're going to see is a lot of the CRA reviewers moving to work from home. We see that already. Our own practice, we see CRA dealing with the portal. I think we're going to basically see a lot of desk reviews going forward. I don't know how long that's going to last. I think that's a question we have for Jason. But I definitely see for the next few months, we're looking at claims being accepted as filed and other audits being requested through desk audits. With regards to first-time claimants, that's also what's interesting, what's going to happen, right? I'm not even sure if CRA has released anything about this, but what I think is going to happen is CRA is probably going to phone call or call first-time claimants, and at that point we'll start to hear what CRA is saying, whether they are giving any advice, whether they are going to say, hey, we'll see you next year. I think it's going to be on a case-by-case basis, but we'll see about that when those first-time claimant calls come through. So this was the part that that I really wanted to focus on, is that you know, I think we as a community have to know that yes, there is less of a chance of being audited this year, but remind everyone that CRA does have the up to 12 months to go back, even on refundable claims, even if you do have a completely legitimate claim, you should keep your evidence for the next 12 months if you put in a claim. So those are some of the things I wanted to talk about. And the other ones, Dave, I'm going to have to revert back to you because I don't know, I don't really want to talk about IRAP or CE or the other programs because it's not my area of specialty.